Hey, what's up, everybody? This is LB the Realist with Surrealistic Studios, where the real is surreal. Excuse me. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna do this video or not. I would have usually recorded it and posted it a long time ago, but like I said, I was unsure if I was gonna do this, and I figured I'd just press play, and record and just see where this goes. So once again, Kanye West is dominating the news. At least I'm assuming, anyways. I mean, it's dominating social media. That's all anybody's talking about. And again, like, Kanye should not be what we talk about. He's not the end all be all for the black community or for black people, or he's not the black messiah. So it's irritating when news personalities like Don Lemon or Bakari Sellers or whatever go on the news and constantly drag Kanye West. Like, I don't agree with the type of shit that he says, although I did listen to this most recent meeting that he had with Donald Trump, and I must admit that a lot of people were saying that he was crazy, incoherent, babbling. He went on a rant, yeah, for sure, but I don't particularly agree that he was incoherent and crazy. I don't think that there's anything crazy about what he said. I mean, if you actually listen to what he said instead of listening to little sound clips or bites, like, look, I'll break it down for you. Like, some of the shit that I didn't agree with him saying. Number one, I don't agree with him wearing that stupid ass fucking make America great again. That hat. I don't agree with him wearing that hat all the fucking time. He said that he puts it on, makes him feel like Superman. He's clearly a man that has, this struggle with without having a big male role model in his life. So I can kind of empathize with him on that point, because I kind of grew up like that too. My dad me and my dad got closer as I got older. And we're still really not even super close like that, but we're pretty close, but we're not super close like that. And that's just from years of being apart. So I understand what he means on that front. I don't agree with I guess his whole presentation, meeting with Trump, and wearing the hat, saying it makes him feel like Superman, and basically what he's saying is Trump made him feel like he was his daddy. And it's sad, because me being a black person, I see Kanye, and I'm not trying to speak for the black community at all, what I'm saying, but I'm gonna speak for myself. What I see is, like Uncle Ruckus, if you watch the Boondocks, or if you see not that he hates, black people or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, his whole personality is like, yes sir, boss. Yes sir, boss. Can I do this little dance for you, boss? Yes sir. You are the master of the manipulation. So the boss, you are the master of the deal, of the art of the deal. You so great. Like, it's just all I hear every time he spoke is, and that's all we see, is this dude kissing Donald Trump's ass. And clearly, we see that Donald Trump is using him, and I clearly see that Kanye West is trying to use Donald Trump, because he tried to pitch him his new hat ideas, which I actually thought was an interesting concept. He said he made up a hat called "Make America Great," instead of "Making America Great Again," because he feels as though that black people have a problem with the "again" part, because what are you trying to say? That America wasn't great with Obama? You're trying to say that America was great back in slavery days, or back in the 40s, 30s? What are you trying to say, when you say "Make America Great Again"? So he took away the "again" part and just put "Make America Great." And I think Donald Trump wore the hat, and I think Jared Kushner had, or was Jared Kushner or Don Jr., one of them had their own hat, and Ivanka had her own hat. And so I see what Kanye was trying to do there. He was trying to bridge the gap. And I know black people, and a lot of people don't want to hear this shit. They don't want to hear about bridging the gap. They don't want to hear about love and cooperation. They feel as though Donald Trump is the enemy, and anybody who supports him is the enemy, and that's just all there is to it. But you got to understand that that's not, you know, at least that's not what I'm seeing that Kanye is doing. You know, I mean, obviously he's trying to use Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is using him. You know, I don't agree that he went there in the first place, because I don't see Donald Trump actually doing anything about anything that they talked about. I mean, if you watch the interview, or if you watch the meeting, Donald Trump didn't have too much to say about anything. Whenever he was pressed on an issue, he would say, "Well, we'll look into it," or I'm open," and that was it. You know, Kanye West dominated that meeting, as far as we could tell, which made me feel good, and at the same time was his, you know, to his detriment, because most people just saw a rambling, incoherent mess. And again, I don't particularly agree with that, because I did get what he was saying. He was trying to bridge the gap between Donald Trump and Colin Kaepernick, which again, I think he's misguided in that, because I think he's not really fully appreciating why Colin Kaepernick kneeled in the first place. Was because we were being unfairly targeted by police and people of positions of authority. You know, yes, black people do kill other black people, but you know what? White people do kill other white people, and you know what? Mexican people kill other Mexican people, and whatever, and vice versa, and whatever the shit. Like, it's all the same. You know, there's more white people in this country than anything. So of course, you know what I'm saying, white people are going to kill more white people. And when black people are in the black community or around other black people, guess who they're going to kill? Other black people, because that's who they're around. So stop using that as a talking point. Like, you know, we need to, of course we care about black people killing other black people, but that's not what we're talking about. We have people working on that. What we're talking about is people in a position of power and authority that are supposed to protect us, that are supposed to serve us. We're talking about those people right now. That's like talking about, you know, I'm going to talk about lung cancer, and then somebody said, well, what about pancreatic cancer? You don't care about pancreatic cancer? We're talking about lung cancer right now, not pancreatic cancer. Let the pancreatic cancer people talk about pancreatic cancer while we talk about lung cancer. You know? What else they talk about? Kanye West actually talked about Larry Hoover. And I'm not too familiar with Larry Hoover, but he was apparently the person who started the Gangster Disciples, I believe, in Chicago. He was talking about how he got 6 consecutive life sentences or something like that, and it was just too much, because he was trying to change his life. He was trying to do better, just like the late rapper XXX Tentacion. He did some shit in his past, and he was trying to do better. And just when he was really making a change and really showing everybody that he was sincere and genuine about this, he was taken from us. You know, and that's kind of like the situation with Larry Hoover. So he was arguing for Larry Hoover in front of Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, who else is doing this shit? I mean, I don't hear about it. If they are, let me know in the comment section so I can give them their due. But I don't really hear about it like that. So I thought that was real cool. He also brought up another major point about keeping jobs here in America, which I totally agree with. Now, he also started to say that he wanted tax cuts for Adidas and other corporations such as that, because it's $300 to make the Yeezy shoe or something like that. First of all, in my head, if it costs $300 to make the fucking Yeezy shoe, maybe you shouldn't make the fucking Yeezy shoe. You ever thought about that? If it costs $300 to make a fucking shoe, that don't even make sense to me. But, you know, I digress. But as far as him, you know, talking about keeping the jobs here in America, I do agree with that. He was saying how if we keep jobs in America, we will create more opportunity for people in, you know, poverty-stricken situations, and that will in turn lead for them having opportunities that will prevent them from going into a life of crime, that will, and then in turn lead them into the prison system. You know what I'm saying? Which he described as the biggest, the cheapest factory there is. Because basically you're having all of these prisoners that are working, you know, like in a factory type setting. You know what I'm saying? And they're making little to nothing. It's basically slavery, in which he was referring to the 13th Amendment, in which we all know the 13th Amendment abolished slavery, but there's a clause in it that said, unless a person commits a crime, in which case then basically they can be a slave. Literally, that's the 13th Amendment. So when he's talking about abolishing the 13th Amendment, I'm assuming that he means that specific clause, that part. I don't think he means that he wants to bring back slavery. At least I'm hoping. You know. So like I said, I don't particularly agree with everything Kanye said, but not everything that Kanye said was crazy. It wasn't crazy at all. Not everything he said was bullshit. Yeah, he went on a rant. Yeah, sometimes he veered off and talked about something like his IQ. You know, we all know Kanye's arrogant, so, but for the most part, I was able to follow it. So I don't know what some people are talking about. He sounds crazy. He sounds out of touch. Yes, I give you that. I give you that. I was talking to my mama about it. She was like, Kanye's out of touch. He's just out of touch with the people because he's got so much money. He's just out of touch. And I totally agree. Somebody who's out of touch with the people would definitely try to sell a shoe that's $200-$300 and apparently $300 to make. So yeah, I mean, come on now. Like, I'm not fucking with no Yeezys. I'm not buying no Yeezy shoe for $200-$300. Are you crazy? Are you out your fucking mind? I got so many other things to do with that $200. That's a line in one of my songs. Shit. So yeah, Kanye's definitely out of touch. Not everything he say is golden, but I think that we really need to pay attention to how the media and how people are trying to push this on us. They really want us to hate Kanye West right now, and it's really political. It's really political. It's politicized. The Democrats and liberal media are pushing this fuck Kanye West shit, and a lot of the people in a lot of celebrities are jumping on the hate and the fuck Kanye bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? And if you think about it, it's very similar. And there's all kind of memes popping up with Kanye. If you think about it, it's similar to Bill Cosby, how they did him with the memes. You got to think, you know what I'm saying? Like, if this is a person that you feel has mental issues, why are you dragging him in the media like this? Why are you talking about him in this manner? You know what I'm saying? If you think that he has problems, you should be trying to help him. You shouldn't be adding to the problem. You're either a part of the problem or you're a part of the solution. Don't be a part of the problem. Be a part of the solution. You know, talk about the good things he talked about. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, we all know Kanye says crazy shit, but at the same time, Kanye is not a politician as of yet. So why are you holding what he says to such a high standard? To such a high standard, to such a high level of proficiency and education? Like, this is an entertainer you're talking about. College dropout. Hello? And the media pushes it like, hey, see what Kanye said? Hate this guy, hate this guy, hate this guy. Why do you care so much? What is that meeting gonna do? I don't think that meeting is gonna do anything, really. But I could be mistaken. Only time will tell. Kanye West's wife, Kim Kardashian, actually was very instrumental in releasing a prisoner. I forgot her name. But you guys know who I'm talking about. Let me see if I can look her up right now. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so would I meet with Trump? Probably not, because I don't think that there's anything to be said to Trump that he hasn't already heard. And there's no reason to meet with him other than for a photo op or for some kind of opportunistic situation. Basically, him using me using him. And I think that's what Kanye's doing right now. I think Kanye's very serious in running for some kind of office. And I honestly think, he's got a CD he's dropping. He pitched his hats and some business ideas to Donald Trump while he was there. Kanye's not exactly stupid. You know what I'm saying? You guys think he's stupid or that he's just crazy and then that's just it. But there's more to it than that. So I'm not going to jump on the fuck Kanye West bandwagon like... it's just... Alice Marie Johnson, 63-year-old grandmother. That's her name. Kim Kardashian helped release Alice Marie Johnson. So, I mean, fucking A. I mean, I can't argue with people that are trying to do good. And whether you think Kanye is on the wrong track or the right track or he's acting crazy or not, I, I don't know what to say. Like, I can't hate Kanye for what he's doing. I don't agree with it. I don't like the presentation. I for sure don't like the presentation, how he, and this is the crazy thing. It's crazy how an act of compassion or act of love can be misconstrued or can be turned into something that it's not, or into something that wasn't meant to be. And you see, I don't know what's in Kanye's head, and I don't know exactly what's in Trump. I can only speculate and do my videos and basically just hypothesize. But it's hard for me to look at Kanye hugging Trump. There's two parts of me. It's hard for me to hate him for that act of love and compassion, but it's also hard for me to accept it as a black man in America because of how the presentation looks. If how it looks and how it seems and what that symbolizes. If you got to think, if you're a person that thinks that Donald Trump is evil, or you think he's racist and you think that he's playing everybody, he's just using Kanye, he's doing all this shit, and then you see Kanye as a person who's just kissing his ass and, being the good boy for massa, and then you see Kanye go up to him and say, I don't like you, I love you. You just keep hearing massa, I love you, massa, all in the back of your head. That's all we see. That's all I see. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm trying to see the love and compassion. I see the general act of love and compassion, but then in the back of my head, there's the massa shit in the back of my head. Like, this don't look right. This is not a good look, yay. Come on. But again, I don't know what's in his head, and I can only speculate on what I believe. So I encourage everybody. I'm gonna try to put the full video in the description so you guys can watch it for yourselves. At least the full video that I watched. And you guys can be the judge for yourselves, and you guys can see if he's crazy. If he may look crazy, but listen to what he's saying and ask yourself, is that crazy? Oh, and one more thing I wanted to talk about before I jump off this video, is the fact that I've noticed something. When it comes to the black community, we don't like to be criticized for shit. We don't like to be criticized by white people. We don't like to be criticized by black people. And I get it. We're coming from a place of, we were never given a fair shake. We were less than dirt. We were less than animals in this country. We were property. In a lot of cases, we still are. So we're not operating from a place of fairness. So in this country, in this system, we're automatically suspicious of the system and everything involved in it. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to people criticizing the black community, saying, you guys need to pull yourselves up by your bootstraps, you guys need to stop having babies, get off welfare and all that other shit, all that other stereotypical shit, and we know that white people are on welfare too and they have babies too. But we do know that there is a portion of us that fall into that category. We can't lie about that, but we just hate hearing it because we know that we haven't been given a fair shake in this country, and it's bullshit. The average black household is way behind the average white household financially, because we don't have property. We don't have shit that we passed on to our generations. White people do, but we don't. So we're still trying to get above that hurdle. We're still trying to climb up we're trying to climb up out the trenches, you know what I mean? Like, so I get it. It's not fair. We haven't been given a fair shake. But at the same time, I can have that opinion and still have the opinion that there is a portion of our community needs to get the fucking shit together. And all this immigrant bashing, and the black community doesn't agree with with, you know, illegal immigration, or with, you know, people coming in and they're taking our jobs, they're making it harder for the black folk in America. Yo, honestly, that shit sounds ignorant and stupid as fuck. You sound just like the white supremacists talking about they took our jobs, they took our jobs. I swear, you sound just like them. So these people are trying to escape their situation, trying to make a better lives for themselves and their families, and we're hating on them for that, saying fuck that because you're making it harder on us. Since when did illegal immigration dictate how black Americans do in this country? Since when? How the fuck did it become their fault? Why are we projecting or casting blame on another group of people? Why? Because we can't get our justice from the people, the real people that did us dirty? So we want to just blame somebody else. Well, they're making it harder for us to get jobs. It must be them because they're taking all the jobs. But you know what? A lot of these motherfuckers work hard. And they work a lot. I'm just saying, if a portion of our community showed that level of dedication, we would get jobs. Trust and believe. A lot of us do. But I see some of us really tossing that shade to immigrants. And that shit is really unbecoming. You sound very Republican, my nigga. Just saying. Just saying. And I know another part of the black community is like, fuck politics, fuck Democrats, fuck Republicans. Good. But when you start saying fuck voting and all that shit, look, that's where look, there's other shit that we need to worry about besides picking presidents and governors. And, you know, there's governors and lieutenants and, you know, secretaries and school superintendent. Like, there's school board and there's all kind of shit. We voted on weed, you know, just recently. Like, there's all kind of shit that you need to vote on. You need to make your voice heard, and totally withdrawing yourself from the situation is not the answer. I know that it's rigged. I know that it's not a fair shake. But tell me this, if you totally withdraw yourself from the situation, how does that help? How does that contribute to a solution? So everything is political, right? You say fuck politics, you don't like politics, whatever, but every fucking thing is political. So what is it going to take for you to realize, hey, maybe I should start getting involved in this shit and start making decisions for myself so other people don't always make the decision for me? At least I can have some kind of say, or at least I can work towards making the system better so that we have more of a say, other than just totally withdrawing yourself and then nothing happens. Definitely nothing will happen then, because you're not doing anything. You're just being complacent along with whatever's going on. And then, like, what is it going to take for you to get serious? Like, do they have to knock down your door and put a gun in your face and then you'll be like, oh, okay? Or will you just let them kick down your door and grab your child and say, hey, fuck you, bitch, you didn't vote. We voted on this shit. You didn't even vote. We voted that we could take your kids from out your house and you can't do shit about it. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do? I'm not saying that just voting is the answer. But what I'm saying is, at least we're trying something. At least we're putting ourselves out there. When I make these videos, at least I'm putting myself out there. I'm making it known to the world. Whoever lands on this video can hear these thoughts. They can hear my honest to God 100% so reality. This is my truth. This is what I see and this is what I feel. This is how I contribute. Like Tupac said, he wanted to be the spark in that young person's brain, you know, for them to one day change the world. This is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping my words one day change the world. And if it doesn't, I can say at least I tried and I went out fighting instead of being complacent and dying in the darkness. So with all that being said, y'all, yeah, Kanye, he's got some issues for sure. He's arrogant as fuck. He may be crazy, but what he was talking about in that interview with, in that meeting with Trump, not everything he said was crazy. Some of it was off, yes. Some of it was misguided, absolutely. But not all of it was crazy. And I encourage everyone to listen to it again. And you don't have to like Kanye, you don't have to like what he's doing, because I don't. But at least understand how the media uses propaganda against us. At least try to understand what they're doing and ask yourselves, why are they so intent on the black community hating Kanye West? And let me know what you guys think in the bottom of this video, because I really want to hear your thoughts. That was 25 minutes and 22 seconds of Kanye dominating the news again. And I threw some other shit in there too. But like this video if you like, share it if you feel as though it's shareable, people. Like I said, comment at the bottom of the video and subscribe to me if you haven't before, so we can keep talking, so I can keep doing these videos. And if I get the numbers up, you know, it always makes me feel better, like I'm doing the right thing. So remember, keep love in your hearts, peace in your soul, chicken in your belly, unless you're a vegan or a vegetarian, in which case, cool, eat them carrots, partner. All right, till next time, catch me on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, all that jazz. I'm out.